College District Governing Board meeting of March 6, 2024. So please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
President Honeychurch.
Here.
Trustee Cargo Reed.
Here.
Trustee Cara.
Here.
Trustee Lopez Lada.
Here.
Trustee Thurston. Trustee Young.
Present.
Trustee Voice.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you. Next item is item 4, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved. Now it is time on item 5 for comments from members of the public. Are there any requests to speak? So at this time, we'll go into closed session. That's item number 6, and we'll be back at 7 p.m. to reconvene the regular meeting.
I'm Andre Williams. I'm the lab tech at Solano Community College for welding in the CTE department. I went to Solano, I got my 2-year degree in mechatronics, and then I got hired here probably about a year after that. I think the program's good. We have a lot of equipment here, different shears, iron workers. We have a plasma table, plasma cutters, saws. We can do all different processes of welding from TIG, stick to MIG. So we have it all here. So we have real good relationships with the unions. So if you come here, finish some classes, get at least a certificate, you should be able to get into the door almost any union. So if you want to get into welding, no matter if it's a career path or something you want to do around home, this is a place we have all the stuff you can do and learn, and we'll teach it all. Solano Community College is the place for you.
If you're interested in the CIS programs or any CTE programs such as robotics or auto tech or welding, get in contact with us. You can send me an email and I will definitely get back to you. If you email me, I will get back to you within 24 hours and set up a time where we can meet and we can discuss the various programs that we have to offer. I know that Solano College has something for every high schooler in Solano County. There's no doubt about it. It's just that we want to have the opportunity to train you and to teach you so you can grow and enhance your ability to get gainful employment, but not only that, to be a continuous learner.
Hi, I'm Ruth Fuller, and I'm a librarian here at Solano Community College, and I want to welcome you to our new Library and Learning Resources building. This library has been built for you. We have many areas for you to study in, from quiet, silent areas to reservable group study rooms, as well as large tables for you to study and work together. We have a textbook reserve collection that holds the textbooks for most, if not all, of your classes. We have computers for you to use. We have laptops that you can check out and take home. We have calculators for you to use with your math courses. We have bones that you can use with your science courses. You can get further information at www.solano.edu/library. This is our virtual library where all of our virtual library services are available, including chat service with our college librarians. Also on this page, you have access to our article databases for scholarly research, as well as our popular magazine service, where you can actually flip through magazines like Sports Illustrated or Time Magazine. We have our ebook collections, we have our film databases, and many, many other resources for you to use for your school needs as well as for fun. Our librarians and staff are here to help you with all of your research needs.
Yeah, I think that the opportunity we have here at Solano to get involved in our advanced manufacturing program is spectacular. I can't emphasize there's nowhere else in California you can work with hands-on this amount of equipment, this different types of equipment, automation equipment, robotics equipment. It is a standout program that we have here that's unlike any others in our region, and it will lead you to a rewarding career. I have all my students, getting jobs without a problem. You usually get to pick which jobs they want. I can't emphasize enough how a program like this can just really yield a great, successful career. If you want more information, please contact me. Again, Douglas Green. My email address, douglas.green, just like the color, @solano.edu. Hope to see you here.
reconvene the regular meeting. And the first item on the regular meeting is report of action taken in closed session. There was no action taken in closed session. Are there requests to speak? Any comments from members of the public? If not, we'll move on to the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered by the board to be routine and will be enacted by the board in one motion. There will be no discussion on these items prior to the time the board votes on the motion unless members of the board, staff, or the public request specific items to be discussed or removed. Time will be provided before the vote for clarification questions without removing an item from the consent agenda. So is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move that we approve the consent agenda as submitted.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, any questions or comments on the consent agenda? If not, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. There are no items removed, so we'll move on to item 12, which is non-consent agenda items, action items. First one is a bond. It's a contract award to Schroeder and Brandt Manufacturing for constructive services for the Fairfield Campus Quad Water Conservation Project. This is presented by Lucky Lofton, who was with us a minute ago. If not, perhaps you could fill us in on this. It's page 14, I think.
This is for the modernization of the quad. As you know, we've put it under the Water Conservation Project title. This is to add the design where we are focusing on water conservation sustainability as part of the design. This is actually this project is set to begin next week, most likely on Wednesday, the 13th. So we are asking for this amendment to for the initial award of the contract to Schroeder and Brandt.
So is there a motion to approve the contract award to Schroeder and Brandt?
So I'll make that motion to approve item 12A.
I second the motion.
Been moved and seconded to approve item 12A, which is a contract. Are there any questions regarding the item? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item is item 12B, a contract amendment number 2 to Apex Testing Laboratories for additional material testing and special inspection services for the Early Learning Center project. So,
Is Lucky on or no? Okay. Oh, there he is.
I'm struggling to hear you well, but I understand that you've just approved item A and we've moved on to item B.
That's correct, Lucky.
Thank you. Sorry, it's getting a little bit better. So
The smoothness of it, I will make a motion to approve item 10B, C, D, E, F, and G, and that way Lucky can speak on all of them, and we don't have to do it back and forth forever.
I second the motion.
all right, it's been moved and seconded to approve items B, C, D, E, and
F and G.
F?
F and G.
F and G.
F and G. And it's been seconded by Trustee Young. So, Lucky, can you just briefly explain B through the last one, G?
item B is the amendment, just for some additional material testing, which is the DSA requirement. This is change order number 1 for 1,400. Content of that. That's an IT project. I don't know if John would be able to speak to that, but Jane.
I can speak to that. That's for the improvements for the sound system in the 1400 cafeteria building.
Right.
That is correct. Yeah. So we're adding 2 projectors, 2 new screens, touch panel, fully modernizing the technology in 1400.
Okay.
Be very similar. It's a change order again for our IT project for the gym, for the AV enhancement. Again, John would probably have more information.
Yeah. Again, additional AV equipment. Sorry. Okay. AV equipment upgrades in the gym to modernize that whole experience for athletic competitions that take place there.
Amendment number 3 to PB Electric for our design build substation project. Again, we've run into a number of challenges with substation 3 and 4 related to both underground issues and DSA issues. You know, it's the challenge of dealing with underground work like this. We're also adding some time to the Salas O'Brien contract for the Vacaville Annex, and the Arntz Builders is the final change order for that particular project for the Vacaville campus, which I believe is a credit. So,
Are there any other questions of Vice President Lofton on each of these?
Not a question. I just wanted to thank our bonds team for project managing so many different things at once. Measure Q met before this to look at some of all the updates of all of these, and yeah, many of these are just extensions of time, not money. Some of them are money, and then one of them's a return money. So all good things. So lots of projects, lots of improvements. Recommend vote yes.
All right, any other questions, comments? If not, all those in favor of the motion to approve each of these items, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Which brings us to the next item on the agenda, which is Academic Affairs presented by Vice President David Williams, and it's an agreement between South Lake County Fire Protection District for providing affiliated educational courses. So go ahead.
Thank you, President Honeychurch, members of the board. Your item here says this is a new agreement with the South Lake County Fire Protection District. This is actually an ongoing relationship we have with them, but this is the first time we're submitting it as an MOU. So we do have an ongoing relationship with them for our fire students to study wildland fire academy protection. It's part of our fire academy course, and we really appreciate their cooperation. They provide lots of land for us to do our practice.
All right, are there any other questions? Mr. Williams? Go ahead.
I second.
There's a move and second, but there's a question.
Sure.
Thank you. I was at the graduation the last time. And
Yes.
we had a discussion about the lack of women. How are we doing with that?
I will check on that for you.
Thank you.
I'm sure we're not doing enough.
We are probably not doing enough, but as you recall, last year we had at least one of our battalion chiefs was a female student and outstanding student in the program.
Thank you. So all those in favor of this item, which is the agreement with South Lake County Fire Protection District, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And then the next item is a resolution, I believe. And it's presented by Cecilia Esposito Noy for Vice President Neely. And it's a resolution proclaiming March as Women's History Month.
Yes, thank you very much. VP Lisa Neely is at the A2 MEND conference this week, and so I'm putting forward this resolution. Do you want me to read it? Yes. Okay. Yes. Whereas women have been equal partners in, here we go. Equal partners in the development and history of the United States, and whereas the passage of the Public Law 100-9, the month of March was officially established as National Women's History Month, and whereas women's roles in history and their contributions to world civilizations have been overlooked in the past, and whereas the theme of Women's History Month 2024 is Women Who Advocate for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, in recognition of courageous women through the nation who are working to eliminate discrimination from our society. And whereas Solano Community College, as a public institution of higher education, is dedicated to providing opportunities for all people so that they can reach their highest potential. And whereas as an institution serving the community, Solano Community College is committed to continuing the work to advance gender equity and honor the voices of women whose stories have been untold. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Solano Community College District Governing Board proclaims March 2024 as Women's History Month.
Well, thanks for reading that. So is there a motion to approve March as Women's History Month?
Of item FI, excuse me.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Are there any comments or questions on the resolution? All right, please call the roll. I'm going to vote yes on this, by the way. That's my recommendation. I'm no fool, I'll tell you that.
That's right. You're
Okay.
smart.
Roll call. Trustee Voice.
Aye.
President Honeychurch.
Aye.
Trustee Cara.
Aye.
Trustee Cargo Reed.
Aye.
Trustee Lopez Lara.
Aye.
Trustee Thurston.
Aye.
Trustee Young.
Aye.
Student Trustee Srinivasan.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, thank you. Next item then is item 13, board study session. No action is required. This is Salabate's presentation. Our Director of Human Services. Is he coming from remote? Oh, there he is. Oh, you were just saw him a moment ago. I thought I saw your name up there, and I thought, oh, he's disappeared. He's going to zoom in.
I ran
Go
away.
ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. I just want to share the presentation. So thank you, Trustee President Honeychurch and trustees. We have been working diligently, and thanks. Oh, is that better? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. We've been working diligently updating our equal opportunity employment plan. Dr. Esposito Noy has been helping in this endeavor. The state did change some requirements a couple of years ago, so we're bringing our plan up to date and in line with the state requirements. We are currently finalizing the report itself, so we will be having that to all of you shortly to review, and we will bring that to the March 20th meeting for the board to approve, so we could submit it to the state. But I just did want to do a little presentation on some of the updates and the focuses of the next 3 years for the college that we're looking at. So with that, I'm going to go through this presentation here. First and foremost, for the next 3 years, we're really focusing on expanding training, as the state is really wanting us to grow our training plans for our pre-employment, which is our interview committees, and our retaining of existing employees. And we'll talk a little bit about what the college is doing to help both of those areas. First and foremost, for pre-employment, I'm excited to roll out for the first time, and Dr. Esposito Noy had the opportunity to preview this last week. We have completed a new 4-hour EEO training with Dr. Regina Stambach Stroud. She's helped us put together an outstanding comprehensive program, and it's focusing on things like implicit bias, legal framework, the roles of the screening committee, the interview experience for our candidates, how it impacts our students. So the training is much more comprehensive than our previous training, which was all of 10 minutes. So this is a definite improvement, and it is a state leading training. Dr. Stambach Stroud is working with other colleges to roll out a similar framework based on what she's been working with us on. So we're excited about that, and we're excited to have our employees go through this. 4 hours is a small amount of time to invest in equity work when we're looking to hire people, but it is a start in the right direction for the college. So we're excited to roll this out, and we will be talking about it at college governance and rolling it out to the constituency groups and hopefully get it going shortly for our employees. Next, retaining our employees. The college, again, under the guidance of Dr. Esposito Noy, is expanding our interest-based approach training. We've all seen the value of it in bargaining. We've been able to have great relationships with our bargaining units. We're now expanding it just past negotiations into everyday operations of the district. This is the approach that our managers are using with employees on resolving conflict or finding solutions to problems. Our employee to employee situations are getting resolved in this way. Professor Scott had talked about an IBA facilitated meeting with the managers in the Senate. That has gone very well, and everybody seems very receptive to the process, and it's definitely helped creating a much more collaborative and cooperative environment for all of our employees. So we're excited about this. We're rolling it out. To this, as of the end of this last session, which ends next week of IBA training, we'll have over 100 employees have gone through the training. So we're at about a fifth of our employee population, and we're looking to expand that next year and continue to do 2 cohorts a year moving forward. So we get everybody in, and then we'll get new employees going as they come on board. Finally, we've done a lot of additional stuff. As our professional development meetings, we've brought a long talk, and that is a conversation about cultivating a culture of anti-racism. Kamal Khan is leading that conversation. We had that at our fall flex, and we also brought that back in the spring. We will be working on updating our board policies around interviewing and hiring to make sure that we're eliminating any barriers for our candidates and that everybody is getting an equal, fair, level playing field when they apply. We're going to work on expanding our exit interview process. Right now, it's a form that we send to everybody, but I think getting feedback from people on why are they choosing to leave the college other than retiring. So Dr. Esposito, no, you won't have to do this one when you retire because we know why you're leaving. It's time to retire. But just getting some more feedback about how we can better serve our employees here on the campus and make sure that we're retaining them and making them feel welcome and included in our community. And then finally, we're continuing to enhance our Grow Your Own efforts. VP Williams has expanded the faculty mentorship program to make sure that new faculty are paired with existing faculty and they're given some guidance and not just thrown to the fire, if you would. VP Wheat has also began a leadership and management mentoring program where she's taken a cohort of employees that are interested in moving up to management, and she's working with them and mentoring them on the different parts of management, the people side, some of the processes, learning the contracts, all of that kind of stuff, writing performance evaluations. So again, the goal is to help our employees see avenues for growth, and hopefully they'll stay with us longer and can become, our future managers, our future presidents, our future VPs. And trust me, I'm happy to work for some of our people who are here already. I would have no problem. So I'm excited for some of this. And with that, any questions from the board?
So are there any questions on this presentation? Apparently you've answered all the questions, so good. Thank you for your work on this.
A few questions, sorry. Go for it, Amber.
The stuff that you had mentioned that you would give us a copy of, did you say next month of what we're for the guidelines?
We will send you the EEO plan for you to review. That should be finalized by the end of this week, so you'll all get an opportunity to review it. I will also send you some information based on the training we did earlier, so the board will have all of that. So.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I love the idea of an exit interview. What happens to the exit interview once it's been filled out?
So we currently get them, and we do have some employees that will do them or as they choose to leave us. And when the information is shared, we share that back with the managers. It's shared with Dr. Esposito Noy. It's brought to the cabinet. So if there are some improvements that need to be made, the group of people who can make the decisions are informed. We work with our managers if we need to, when there's if some training needs to happen, but it doesn't just sit in HR. A lot of them we get are very positive. I've enjoyed my time at Solano. I've loved supporting our students. I've loved the community, but when we do get feedback that will help us improve, we pass that along. So
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to ask, is all the things you've talked about, is there anything different between adjunct and full-time faculty in their experience, or in terms of like what some of these programs and offerings that we have from?
The contract under CTA right now is very specific to mentorship being for new full-time hires. VP Williams has taken it to the next level and really has made that available to our adjuncts as well. So they are paired with somebody, and it is available to the adjuncts to have at least a contact person in the department other than the dean. It's a colleague that they can work with. So we do try to make it available to everybody. Adjuncts tend to have a little more difficult time because they do work at 4 or 5 different colleges and all the processes and procedures may be different. So I think the mentorship being extended to the adjuncts is very beneficial.
Yeah, and what we did with the adjuncts, the contract says it's for new full-time faculty, but for the adjuncts, we're also opening it up this semester to longtime adjuncts who never got that kind of orientation when they got here, and still after maybe several semesters still have questions. So we want to make sure that they feel welcomed and have the answers at their fingertips.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for your presentation. We'll move on now to item 14, which is information items. It's the first reading of the proposed revisions to board policy. It's presented by our superintendent president.
Yes, thank you very much. I did have the board policy subcommittee take a look at this. When we put together the calendar of meetings for this year, we did not notice at the time that Juneteenth fell on the third Wednesday of the month. So what we have done is made the change to include, and in June, when Juneteenth falls on the third Wednesday, that regular meetings would only be held once in that month. Okay, so that's the only change that we've put in bold, and then including up top regular and other types of board meetings. Okay. So we'll bring this back next meeting for your vote.
View of space room naming nomination.
Yes. Yes, College Governance Council had recommended a change to this policy and procedure a year ago, maybe. And so we have athletics bringing forward our first sort of test case. This is a request to name the baseball clubhouse for Bobby Campo and family. Bobby has been a contributor to this college for decades, both in time, effort, and money. His family has also been a supporter of the college, in particular athletics. And so the process was outlined here in the application, and it went through the College Governance Council. And CGC is recommending that when we bring it to the board next time, that it be approved. There is an event, March 23rd, I believe, where Bobby Campo and his family will be here, and the hope is that the board would take action on the 20th and that we might be able to recognize the Campo family on the 23rd.
Sure, I'll just share the announcements that were shared with us. I know in honor of Women's History Month, two of our stellar managers are being recognized. Celia Esposito Noy is being recognized by Phi Theta, there we go, Phi Theta Kappa, right, for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and our VP Lisa Neely is being recognized as Rising Star in the Women's Caucus, and so congratulations, both of y'all. I just wanted to say thanks.
Congratulations to you both, wonderful women. We admire you so much.
I second the motion to adjourn.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Adjourn.
Thank you.